did a trail, an MTB trail in Hermanus, in a region called Hemel en Aarde, which is Afrikaans for heaven and earth. A lot of the beginning of the trail had eroded, and so I had to divert to using the road, which you can see had also eroded quite a bit. It's always fascinating to see how nature in some way can reclaim what was built on and around it.
I think I've ever seen a wild pig in my life. That is wild.
I was very surprised to see a pig, which I first thought was wild, but then a bit later I saw another group and figured that they must be from a nearby farm. This was in the middle of rainy season in the Western Cape, which made the trail quite fun to navigate. It costs 70 Rand for the permit to use any one of these trails, and you get the permit by Village Cycles in Hermanus. This perspective of going through the trail makes it look a lot more intense than it actually is. This particular trail was actually quite easy and calming to go through. Bonadia, I believe, means good lady or the good goddess. If you don't own a mountain bike, Hermanus also has plenty of walking and hiking trails that are just as, if not more, beautiful, including ones where you can see views of the ocean. I am not an expert or professional or even seasoned in doing any sort of outdoors or nature-based sport or activity. But my hope is always that seeing the outside and seeing how beautiful it is would encourage others to get outside, breathe some fresh air, get in touch with nature, even if it means making mistakes along the way. It was definitely not a good day for White Sox, but it kind of reminded me of a happy kid playing outside in the mud and how much more beneficial that can be for a kid than being inside in a highly sterile environment. I was approaching the turnaround point of the loop that would take me back to where I started, but I ended up missing a sign which you can see on your left. I should have turned sharply right, but instead I sought out the advice of a local to get me back on track.
Hello.
And she was very kind to
Yes.
point me in the right direction. And then of course, instead of going straight there, which I should have, I turned left, which was on track but just not on the easier grade that I had taken before. And at this point I was utterly exhausted and decided to end things here and not continue up the higher graded trail, but cut my losses and just enjoy a quiet moment. Anyway, thanks once again for coming along, and remember, you have one life, so live today, and I'll see you outside.